Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea Radio, where we interview awesome singer songwriters and those who influence their lives. Spill the Tea Radio explores the journey, creativity, and inspiration behind the songs. My next guests are a Toronto based alternative pop sister duo. Their songs are about living life, accepting challenges, working through the pain. They were also selected to showcase during Canadian Music Week in 2021 and performed at Wintersong in 2022 and 23. In April of 2024, they had some of their biggest shows to date, accompanying world-renowned artist Pavlo as part of the Canadian leg of his tour. So, let's spill the tea with Caardia. Welcome, Annie. Welcome, Celia.
Hi, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, we're excited.
It's nice to have a sister duo on. We've had groups on. We've had people that are partners in collaboration on, but we haven't had sisters on before. So, um, first of all, welcome to Celia and Annie Siriopoulos, known professionally as Caardia. And that gets us into the very first question, because I'm always interested to understand how groups form their name and how they come up with song names and album names. And you have an interesting, almost two-pronged part of the story to how you came up with Caardia. So, Celia, why don't you lead us off and tell us how you came up with Caardia?
Yeah, of course. So, if you couldn't tell by the last name Siriopoulos, we are very Greek. And Caardia is translating to the Greek word Caardia, which means heart. And we just thought that was a really cute story. We also love the band Heart, two sisters, like rock powerhouses. So they're just really inspiring to us. So we're like, let's go with that. And if you notice the weird spelling, the CAA is supposed to be all of our initials. So it's Celia, Annie, and then we have a little sister, Ariana, and the other A stands for Ariana. So yeah, it's just a cute little story that people always ask about and get confused in the beginning. And sometimes I'll Google search and it will be like cardiac arrest or Cardi B, but I'm like, no, it is Caardia. So yeah, that's how I got the name.
Annie, has Ariana tried to get into the group? She said, listen, but it's my initial in there with you too. Why am I not in the group? Has she tried to infiltrate?
Honestly, she tried it for a bit, but at the end of the day, she just didn't want to sing. It wasn't her thing. But she does fashion now. She does sewing, which I think she enjoys a lot more. But yeah, me and Celia stick to the whole singing thing.
Celia, I know our phones
Mhm.
are keyed in to hear the word Siri. Like when
Yeah.
you say your last name, does your phone answer you?
Oh, it does. When my friends call me, when anything, my phone will always just chime up, and my computer during class. People will do attendance, and my computer Siri just turns on. It is very embarrassing. And I forget to turn my ringer off. So yeah, it's not good.
I think of that all the time when I mean, all of a sudden Siri or Alexa around the house will start talking to us, and we just, what?
Yeah.
Who who said Alexa? Did somebody say Alexa? And I shouldn't say it too loud because Alexa might hear me in the next room and start chiming in. So, Annie, where does the music writing chops come from? Did you both study music so that you understand how to compose music or how to write music?
So Celia and I never necessarily studied songwriting, but we did do some songwriting camps when we were younger, which were just very cute. Nothing too in depth because we did them in large groups and kind of just let everyone else take the wheel. I think songwriting for, I speak for Celia as well, came more forth during COVID, because we had a lot of times to ourselves, a lot of times with our thoughts. And even a little before that, I think I mostly started in grade nine, just because you're in that age where you're always thinking and you need to get your emotions out somehow. And what better way for me to do that is with my little ukulele in the corner in my room. That was before I switched to guitar, but I think I'm very lucky with it because sometimes I'm just walking down the street and I'm like, oh, I have an idea, and I look crazy because I'm like whispering into my phone like a new lyric that I have or a new idea. But Yeah, I think it's just something that we've developed along the way.
Celia, what is it about music that drives a passion? Where does that come from? Is it because it's something that you get to do with Annie, or is it something that you just feel is cathartic within you? Where does the passion come from?
I think, coming from our family where music is so centered around, our culture and just like I can't live a day without listening to music or absorbing some sort of music. I think, writing music and being able to perform and express our emotions in a way that's so, it's not, I wouldn't say like, performing is like a unique thing, but in a way that's unique to us and how we write our music and how we do it together. It's really just, it is cathartic. It's a great experience to be able to put into melody and put into emotion those words. You can only be so expressive with your words, but when you put it to a certain instrument, it instills a sort of feeling in you that you really can't get anywhere else. And I think a lot of people feel that as well. Like when we play our music, we've noticed that it just emits the emotion that we really want it to. And it's something that, I can't live without. Like it's like a need. It's like breathing. It's like food. Like I need to play music. I need to listen to music because it's just like something that is like so natural and comes so like crucial to our hearts. So I need it like to live. I can't live without it.
Celia, when you are on stage with Annie and you're performing, artists talk about this flow state where you've performed a song so often that you just get into you get into a groove where you don't even think about the music. You don't even think about the words. It's just happening. And it's almost like an out of body experience where you get to enjoy the music and you get to enjoy the crowd and maybe like little things are happening is that was a cool little riff you pulled off there that we weren't expecting, but
Mhm.
just everything is moving so perfectly that you just want to stay there forever. Do you remember a performance like that? And if you do, tell us about it.
Yeah, 100%. It was actually our most recent performance. I think there was something really, really special about that. We were at the Dakota Tavern in Toronto and we had all of our friends and family. We were releasing our EP and we put on a show for them. And there was, 100, 150, I don't know how many people, but it was really incredible seeing all of them. And we performed our EP for so long. Like we have performed these songs before they were released, and it's second nature when we sing them. And we were performing, and I kind of just felt like I wasn't really paying attention to the music. I was just moving, and I looked at Annie, and she was belting, and the crowd was having an amazing time. And it was just like a beautiful moment. I couldn't stop smiling. The whole song, I was just smiling because it was just like an amazing experience that I'd never really felt before, surrounded by that much love. And Annie's like talent like kind of blew me away in that moment. So it was amazing.
Well, let's get into one of the songs that Caardia wrote. This song was released in the summer of 2024. It's a song about letting go of toxic relationships, friendships, and other connections you have with someone where the effort you put in is not being reciprocated. Let's take a listen to singer-songwriter Annie and Celia Siriopoulos, known as Caardia, and their song, Simple is Better.
Simple is better when it comes to thinking of what to say. But no, I couldn't bother unless you're drowning yourself in a shallow lane. 'Cause I heard your voice inside my head and I welcomed it just like a friend. And no, I couldn't bother if you say you never want to see me again. Take a step forward, even though you know you're gonna fall back. Forget what you heard, or else you're gonna give yourself another heart attack. It's been so long, what have you become? 'Cause now all your work's shame, but it never worked out anyway. I couldn't bother with you anymore. It's just another day to ignore.
That was Simple is Better by Caardia. Celia, how about if you talk about what the song is about, and then Annie, we're going to turn it over to you to talk about the inspiration behind the song. So Celia, what was the song about?
Yeah, so, it's in the name, Simple's Better. It can relate to really any relationships, friendships, romantic, like anything. Annie and I have noticed a lot, especially as we've matured and grown up, that holding on to these toxic relationships and friendships really holds you back. And, from both of us, we've both been people pleasers in the past, and we really just want to make sure everyone around us is happy. And then we kind of lose sight of ourselves and our own happiness. And being able to move forward, I think dwelling on the past, even like memories and moments, you know, really just taking a step back, acknowledging that simple is better and not overcrowding your brain and not trying to force something or a puzzle piece into a puzzle that just doesn't fit. You're really going to be able to move through life a lot easier if you just let those things go instead of dwelling on them.
As the saying goes, sometimes the juice is just not worth the squeeze, for sure.
Mhm.
Annie, where was the inspiration for the song? Many artists say that it's a personal experience or it's vicarious, or, they talk, it's a song that they do in a third person. What was the inspiration for this particular song?
I did mention previously that Celia is a big inspiration for a lot of my songs, and her life definitely did play a big aspect in a lot of the lyrics within the song. But also within my life, I was going through a really difficult time when the song was written. I think I was holding on to relationships, like holding on to a lot of anger that I couldn't project anywhere but the music. And writing the song was almost cathartic and therapeutic for me, because as I'm going through it, it was a realization that I have to just let go of people, relationships that are holding me down and just focus on the good ones that I have.
Celia, how do people find out more about you? What's the website? What are the socials, streaming services? Where can they go and find out more about you, your music, and where you are performing?
Yes, it's available on all streaming platforms under Caardia, Caardia. Our Instagram is Caardia Official. That's typically where we put most of our performance announcements. And then www.caardia.com is where you can see everything else, past performances, info about us, if you want to get in touch, all that kind of stuff.
We have been in conversation with Celia and Annie Siriopoulos, known as Caardia. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
You.